Good morning, welcome. I think 10 o'clock caught us by surprise. Welcome, everyone. We'll settle down eventually. As we gather this morning, we are one beautiful, noisy community, and I am really grateful for that. When we join each other here in this space, we do it with relishing new and old friends alike. We relish that we get to be who we are. We get to come in bedraggled right out of bed or having been up for hours. We are a community that welcomes each of us in our own place at our own time to move at our own pace. So wherever you are on your spiritual journey, welcome. Welcome to explore in this place where our questions are the most important thing. And as we explore the adventures of this month, this morning, focusing on what it means to be involved in the adventure of peace in this world and in our lives, welcome to each and every one of you. We affirm who we are when we gather, and so we'll do that together. And I'll invite you, if you'd like, to speak these words with me or to just hear them as you need to hear them this morning. So I invite us to speak. We welcome and affirm all sizes, all ages, all colors, all cultures, all abilities, all genders, all sexualities, all learning styles and neurotypes, all religions or none, all people. We are not just welcome, but we hope we belong, all of us.
Okay, I'm on. Good morning. That's lovely. I'm Mary McFarlane. My pronouns are she, her, and I have the privilege of being your gathering companion this morning. I also want to wish for each of you in this season of adventure that you may experience some times of peace during these busy and sometimes hectic days that lead up to Christmas. I'd like to take a few moments now to acknowledge the land. We take time today to pause, to think, and to reflect on this land on which we live. The story of this land has a long history that stretches back across centuries of time. It is important for each of us to remember that the land we live on is a traditional territory of the First Nations people of this land. It is important to remember the long history of this land that reaches back beyond colonization and the establishment of European colonies. It's important to acknowledge the traditional lands. It helps us to see the significance of the Indigenous peoples who have lived here and continue to live in the places that we live, whose practices and spiritualities are tied to the land and continue to develop in relationship to the land and its other inhabitants, a teaching from which we all need to learn. And so today, here in Edmonton and in Saskatoon, and as you know, I always say both places I have lived, we recognize that we are situated on Territory 6 territory, traditional land of many First Nations and Métis people. Wherever you are, may you recognize the great and long history of the place and the land you find yourself living. And may these times lead us to intentions and actions to live in strong and positive relationship with the earth and all the planet's people, creatures, and environment.
Well, I'm going to come this way.
All right.
shouldn't have done that, should I? We light our community candle to recognize that whatever journey we're on toward Christmas, whatever journey we've embarked on in life, we take each step knowing we have the love and the support of community.
Last week, we honored the hope needed in our lives, hope we give each other, hope for our beloved world. And so we relight a candle for hope.
And today we honor that the story of our tradition centers the experience and the responsibility to bring peace. Through song and story, through the ceaseless call of teachers, prophets, and children everywhere, we know this to be the season of peace.
We light a candle to shine the light of peace. Peace in our hearts, peace in our community, peace in the world.
Time for All Ages is here. I've got a story for us if anyone else wants to join us on the carpet. Come on up. Hi, everyone. Beautiful. We got Santa, we got monkeys. We got lots of people. I want to read to you the Peace Book. I've read lots of Todd Parr books. This one's the Peace Book. I've never read this one to you, but this is also a good one by Todd Parr. Here it is. Every page, just before I start, I wanted to tell you, every page of this book talks about a different way to think about peace. And that's important because I think by the end of this book, I might understand peace a little bit better, because it's kind of hard to understand what peace is. It's the opposite maybe of people who are fighting. It's the opposite of war, but it's also something else maybe?
It's also the opposite of hatred.
It's the opposite of hatred. There's a lot of ways to think about peace, and this book is very helpful for us. So that's why I like it so much. Okay, first page. Peace is making new friends. Peace is keeping the water blue for all the fish. Yes. Peace is listening to different kinds of music. I had never thought of that one before. It's really interesting. I'll have to listen to some snake charming music later, will you? Peace is saying you're sorry when you hurt someone. Peace is helping your neighbor. Do you want to help paint the house? Okay. Peace is reading all different kinds of books. Yes. About worms, food, and monkeys, and the world, and fish and trees. Yeah. Peace is thinking about someone you love. Peace is giving shoes to someone who needs them. Could you imagine having to get this friend shoes? Oh my goodness. Peace is planting a tree. Peace is sharing a meal. Peace is wearing different clothes. Doesn't matter what clothes we wear. Peace is watching it snow. Peace is keeping the streets clean. Peace is offering a hug to a friend. Peace is everyone having a home. Peace is growing a garden. Peace is taking a nap. I'm so glad you're helping me. Peace is learning another language. Oh, do you know another language? Do you know the meow language? Hola. Do you know gurgle language? Guten Tag. Bonjour. Yes, konnichiwa. Yes, lots of different languages. Peace is having enough pizza in the world for everyone. Oh, yes. Peace is keeping someone warm. Peace is new babies being born. Peace is being free. Peace is traveling to different places. Peace is wishing on a star. Peace is being who you are. I would love to have hair like this person right here. Really fun. Peace is being different, feeling good about yourself, and helping others. The world is a better place because of you. Love, Todd. Todd ends all his books with love, Todd. Great. So this is a lot of ideas for how to bring peace into our day. So whatever we're doing, there's something we could do, like learn a new word in a different language, or give someone a shoe, or help someone have a piece of pizza. There's so many good ideas in here. Keeping someone warm. Oh my gosh. So you don't have to be a big important person in the world to bring peace to the world. You can do it in all of these wonderful ways. They all bring peace. Can you hear this room right now? It's very peaceful. We put everyone to sleep. I would like to welcome you to Kids Spirit or to Youth Space this morning. Lots more Christmassy kinds of things to do in Kids Spirit, I know that for sure. And may you have a peaceful day. Go be peacemakers. See you later. Oh yeah, this is me again. So just a few invitations from me, maybe a few from you as well, if there's something that you want to share with the community. Just one or two things. Our Christmas gatherings are coming up faster than we think. Blue Christmas is on December the 17th in just week and a half or so, which is gathering to honor the emotions and the challenge of the Christmas season for many. If that speaks to you, if that's something that you would like a celebration to honor Christmas without all the hurrah and the hoopla, this is a beautiful, quiet way to do that. Winter solstice is also a meditative evening that we host here, a short gathering at 7, followed by a chance to walk the indoor labyrinth at your own pace and at your own time. And if you want to skip the gathering altogether, come at 7:30 and just walk the labyrinth. Anything goes. Be here that evening to embrace the longest night of the year and to honor the darkness around us. And then Christmas Eve, three gatherings on Christmas Eve that we can choose from. We need a little bit of help. Some of you were very kind to sign up for some of these roles last week, but there are some that you can see in the foyer on the sign-up sheet. Just a few things to get us ready with candles, with setup, and with making those Christmas gatherings run smoothly. Thanks if you can just take a look at that and lend a hand. That's it from me. Aaron.
Good morning. Erin Robinson with Merry Moments Market. My pronouns are she, her. Just wanted to let you all know that the final numbers for the Merry Market were $5,989. And just doing the rough math here, approximately, about $1,300 of that is going to our outreach refugee committee fund. Yay! So thank you all. Thank you all. And also, apparently, there are many cookie containers in the kitchen that need to go home. So I will be trying to coordinate that, maybe in that corner by the pass-through that leads to the foyer. So after church. All right, thank you.
Good morning. Jakob, he, him. I want to carry on with the story that Chris started. Peace. Peace means filling out your engagement package, which is either in a hard copy back on the table, or else you will find it online. And we really need your time and talents. Please, we need you. And above all, we need you to, if you really want to have fun, you can join one of our committees. They are a nice bunch and they just have fun all the time. So please, engagements package either on the table back there or online, and we would like to have it back by the 17th of December. So if you haven't done it yet, please, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Barbara Sadler-Wells, she, her. I'm the director of Eccentrica Women's Chamber Chorus that sang last week in this beautiful space. Our Christmas concert, an Eccentrica Family Christmas, is Sunday the 14th, 2 p.m. here. So we invite you to come and join us. It's half of us singing, and then the other half is carol, traditional carols, and a reception afterwards. Thank you. Admission is by donation.
Good morning, David Mayer, and I'm here here to talk to you all today about the sale of our grocery card program. This is a program that we started some 11 years ago, October of 2014, and it's one of our many fundraisers that we do. With COVID, we unfortunately lost the garage sale for a couple of years. We lost our fall dinner many years ago, but both of those programs were back in full swing this year. And we just heard the numbers from the cookie walk, or the bake sale that we have. We did very well in that. The grocery card program is close to my heart in that it's, in my mind, it's one of the easiest fundraisers that we've got going here. There is no work that's required from anybody here. The number of volunteers that we need for all of the other fundraisers is astronomical. This program only requires somebody sitting at the card table and selling the cards, and then somebody to balance the cards at the end of the month and go to the bank and pick up the cards, etc. We sell these cards for Safeway, Sobeys, President's Choice Superstore, and Save On Foods. Save On Foods and Safeway brings us in 6% profit, and Superstore brings us in 5%. So for every $100 card that you purchase, you're bringing in $5 to $6 profit for us. Since 2014, we have sold well over $1 million in cards. It's close to $1.2 million. And profit-wise, we're coming in at just under $70,000. $70,000 is a fair bit of money that's doing wonderful things for our church. It started out to help pay for the renovation to our kitchen. And once that was paid off, then the money goes into the general proceeds. So we have a little table. Some of you maybe even aren't even aware of this program, that we have a table set up at the back of the church here every Sunday, and where these cards are available. Our biggest sale date is the first Sunday of the month, because the first Tuesday of the month at most grocery stores, you're getting 10 or 15% off your groceries. And we all know the pain of having to pay and buy groceries today, and I'm being told that our groceries are going to go up another 5 or 6% this year. So not good news, but we all have to eat. So if you help participate in this program, the profit will go a long way. We just recently purchased $45,000 in cards, and we're whittling away at those. But this is money that's coming out of our operating fund, and so when we purchase these cards, the faster we sell them and bring the money back into the church, then that increases our profit. So I'm encouraged, if you haven't tried using the program, I encourage you to stop by the table. You can ask me of any questions that you have. We take cash, checks, and an e-transfer. We don't use credit cards, because credit cards, unfortunately, will just eat up the profit that we would normally make. So give it some thought. It's only December, so this year is pretty well closed off. We're going to be making just under $4,000 this year. Back in 2018, we made over $8,000. So we were made twice the profit back then that we are today. But I'm hoping that 2026 is going to see those numbers grow with your help. Thank you.
Hello, can y'all hear me? Yeah, Perfect. Good, good. Hey, my name is James Schmold. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a member of the Affirm committee, so I'm here on their behalf to do their bidding. So I'm here to talk about Christmas Day. So the Christmas Day dinner, what we're calling rather tongue-in-cheek the holiday potluck. Must you be gay to attend? No. We just like to play with words, and it's a fun one. So this event is December 25th from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. If you would like to attend, there's 2 ways to sign up to attend. There's a paper sheet in the foyer, and there's a link online with a QR code. Look at that. Wow. There's a QR code that I knew nothing about. You can also sign up to volunteer. So if you're free Christmas Day and you'd like to come help us out, you'd like to make food, heat up food, help us decorate, take down, we would love to have your help. If you would like to donate a dish, so you cannot come, but you love cooking or you have extra food, you've made a bunch for your dinner and want to donate a few potatoes or carrots or pierogies, hint, hint, to us, we will gladly take them. If you want to do all 3, you want to come, volunteer, and cook, awesome. If you want to just come and you don't want to cook, that's cool too. We want to see you. So we really want to reach as many people within this community that we can. So if you know someone that this event would appeal to, if this event would appeal to you, we would love, love, love to see you. If you're attending the event and you can donate a small donation, we would accept that. But I really, really want to make clear, we're not going to turn anyone away at all if they don't have cash or a dish or anything showing up. Really, we would love to see you. So please tell your friends, family, please come if you can. If you have any questions, if I'm around, please ask me. If I know the answer, I'll let you know. If not, email Dara. He probably knows. All right, thank you so much.
Our first wisdom reading comes from the second chapter of Luke, which is where we find a great deal of the traditional Christmas story, and I'm going to read a part of it for our wisdom today. There were shepherds living in the fields near Bethlehem, keeping watch over their flock by night. Then an angel appeared to them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Don't be afraid. For see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all people. This very night, a child is born. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth and lying in a manger." And suddenly a whole company of angels appeared to the shepherds, singing praises and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace and goodwill for all people." These are words from the first century Jesus tradition. May we find wisdom for our hearing.
Our second wisdom reading this morning is by Howard Thurman. It's entitled, "How Good It Is to Center Down." How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashing, with noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. With full intensity, we seek ere thicket passes, a fresh sense of order in our living, a direction, a strong, sure purpose that will structure our confusion and bring meaning in our chaos. We look at ourselves in this waiting moment, the kinds of people we are. The questions persist. What are we doing with our lives? What are the moments that order our days? What is the end of our doings? Where are we trying to go? Where do we put the emphasis, and where are our values focused? For what end do we make sacrifices? Over and over, the questions beat upon the waiting moment. As we listen, floating up through all of this jangling echoes of our turbulence, there is a sound of another kind, a deeper note which only the stillness of the heart makes clear. It moves directly to the core of our being. Our spirits refreshed, and we move back into the traffic of our daily round with the peace of the eternal in our step. How good it is to center down. These are the words of a 20th century theologian, mystic, and civil rights leader. May we find wisdom for our living.
In the world of the old story that we honor this time of year, the shepherds keep watch. And I want to just think about those shepherds for a minute, because by their very nature, by their very occupation, they are not in the palaces and they are not in the places of power. They are in the open fields. When I think about the shepherds, I think about them being these ordinary people eking out a living on the edges, on the very margins of society. Yet, they're here in this story, and their lives teach us something born of stillness, born of calm, born of quiet subversiveness, and born of peace. They listened to the silence of the stars. They had lots of time to do so. They listened to the breathing of their flock, the rhythm of the night, the bleats of contentment or pain or discomfort. They had to listen in on all of this. That was their job. They had to know the movement of the winds, the weather, the temperament of their sheep. And this perspective gave them ears tuned to the land, tuned to each other, tuned to whatever that night had in store for them. Peace was not given to them. It was cultivated in the quiet hours of waiting and listening and herding and shepherding. I wonder for us, each of us, probably none of us shepherds, but maybe we are. All of us, in whatever we happen to be doing in our daily existence, whether that's a job or whether that's a vocation or whether that's a hobby or whether that's eking out a living on the edges of the world, we have to ask ourselves what helps us calm, what helps us listen, what helps us tune to nature, what helps us listen to ourselves. And although I might often ask that question as a hypothetical, today I'm asking it for real. I wonder if any of you might be willing to share, just in a word or two, what is it in your days that helps you bring calm and bring peace? Is it doing something in particular? Is it a particular attitude, particular activity? What brings you calm and peace? Anyone? Jola.
Every morning I give thanks in a little meditation that I do.
Yes. Every morning, a gratitude meditation for Jola. Sleep. Yeah. Quietness.
Going to my quiet place.
Going to your quiet place.
Beside a river.
Beside a river or a mountain, yes. My dog. Your dog, yes. Claire.
A glass of good wine shared with somebody you love.
Lovely. A glass of wine shared with someone you love.
Learning new music.
Learning new music. Breaking bread. Making bread. Time by the ocean. Listening to Christmas carols. Yeah. There's a whole slew of things that we do that help us to calm and quiet ourselves, whatever that is for us. I want to echo Howard Thurman's words, how good it is to center down, to quiet the clamor and listen for the sound of the genuine in ourselves. Now, we have to acknowledge that when we read those words of Howard Thurman, that particular phrase can be very frightening. It sounds all very calm and peaceful, doesn't it? But sometimes hearing the sound of the genuine of ourselves is something we fear to hear. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it calls upon things in ourselves that we're ready to hear or maybe not quite ready to hear. But there's one thing that's, if anything is true in his words, it's that the streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. And this, whatever it is that we all need to do to find calm and to center down in our days, it is that which we are trying to, if at least for a moment, switch off that endless traffic, that monkey mind of ours. This centering down is not an escape, though, I would suggest. It's a readiness. It's becoming ready. It's the practice of returning to the quiet place within, which we need practice doing, by the way. It's easier said than done. Those who start out with meditation recognize just how long 1 minute can be. But we start small, don't we? We start small because we know that the mind wants to race. It wants to go to all these places. But what is it to return to the quiet place within where distractions fade and clarity emerges? This is what Howard Thurman, this is what I'm suggesting the shepherds learned how to do in the nightly time in the fields, is to listen. I want to share with you another great wisdom teacher, another short piece of wisdom from another writer, this time by Rumi, and in his work entitled The Guest House. Here it is in a way that it could never be presented if we just read it. Here is The Guest House by Rumi.
This, being human, is a guest house. Every morning, there's a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. They may be clearing you for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, for each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
For me, this idea of finding calm and peace, finding whatever it is within us, it is part of being ready. And so it's asking ourselves, how do we ready ourselves to tackle whatever it is that we have to tackle? Whether it's a pile of tasks or work or relationship or Christmas shopping or whatever it is. How do we face it? With what resources? And Rumi suggested it's in welcoming the arrivals of the day as a guest. It's in the clarity you find in the work of your hands or the music of your heart or the physical activity that clears your distractions. Whatever it is, it's in preparation to face what's next. Centering down is the task of learning and knowing who you are, learning and knowing the kind of balance and calm that cannot be shaken. So now we're really getting to the word peace, aren't we? Because to find balance and calm within ourselves and to work at that as a spiritual practice, this is approaching now what we're talking about in the practice of finding and expressing peace. It's when that calm cannot be shaken. We've practiced so well at it that it cannot be shaken no matter the circumstances, no matter the guest who comes to the door, be it meanness or malice or joy. Whatever knocks on the door will bring some new learning to welcome, some new brilliant or bothersome adventure to pursue. And we can pursue it as an adventure if we come at it from that place of unshakable calm and peace. I'm talking as if that is easy. It is certainly not. But the shepherds knew something of this practice, and they give us a hint and a taste of it. Their watchfulness was a kind of centering down, an inner calm that prepared them to respond when the moment arrived. And when the news came by way of voices that they'd never heard before, they didn't panic or turn away. They stepped forward, bearing witness, carrying peace from the stillness of the night that they had cultivated. And they offered this terror and fear and calm as a gift. Sure, to a newborn child, but also to the clamorous and noisy world. Can we learn from this character in the story? Can our own quest for inner peace be not a retreat from the world, but the ground from which we act upon it? The internal affairs of peace lead us to the questions that Thurman suggests. These questions that hit us like a ton of bricks. What will be a fresh sense of order in our living? A direction, a strong, sure purpose that will structure our confusion. What kind of people are we? What shall we do? When we center down, when we cultivate the quiet strength of the shepherds, we discover the courage to step toward the external affairs. If the internal is calm and at peace, we discover the courage to offer what we have to the rest of the world, to offer compassion, to offer the work of peace to our communities, to get on with what needs facing. The shepherds remind us that leadership can be born of utter quiet. It can be born of presence and attentiveness, of the willingness to hold vigil in uncertain times. Peace, the kind that really matters, begins in the centering down, the difficult personal questions of values, of choice, and in the stillness that steadies us for the work ahead. So in the truest sense, then, this is what we mean when we offer each other the gifts of the season. Not something wrapped in paper, but we offer our own sense of calm that is willing to meet whatever moment is there. And so then, in the truest sense, may peace be upon us. We remember our tradition in ancient stories, like the ones we've shared, and ancient wisdom, like the words we've spoken. And in sharing tables with everyone, friends, neighbors, outcasts, refugees, disenfranchised. We remember Jesus sharing bread, sharing wisdom, sharing life. In remembering, may we be inspired to living lives of this kind of connection. So then our table becomes a place where we remember and lament, where we can lament the bitter taste of hatred, the withered grapes of prejudice and cruelty, the sour grapes of war and sexism and racism and ageism, the stale and poison of war and violence, of occupation and denial of human rights. But also our table becomes a place where we share the sweetness of something deeper, where people step up to speak truth and grow in understanding, mutuality, perseverance, and peace. This is where acts of justice begin, a place where we nourish our dreams for the world, and where we recommit ourselves to the values that we will enact in our lives. At this table, we share in the earth's great gift of bread. And when we eat this bread together, it's just a piece of bread. But when we do it together with the value and the heart of our commitment together, we eat this bread in a sense of commitment, knowing that the world is broken and we are broken. And in that brokenness is our hope, our love, our compassion for all that is broken. And we share the refreshment of grapes, that our compassion might be ripe with the sweetness that we need from each other, so that we can live lives of gratitude and compassion. So now our invitation, we're all invited. You don't need to be a member of this church or any church. This ritual doesn't bind you or commit you to anything other than what meaning and commitment you make to yourself. You may come to receive a piece of bread and some grapes. You'll find they're in paper cups like this. Take the whole paper cup and bring it back with you to enjoy in your seat. It's just nicer that way. We don't have to touch any of the food for you. You take it with you. But know this, we're all invited, regardless of where we are on our spiritual journey, where we've been or where we're going. Whether we've been rejected or excluded before, whether we're working on this value or that principle or working on some aspect of our life or not, regardless of who we are and how we identify, this is a ritual of belonging. So know that you belong to life and to each other, just as you are. And nothing says that like breaking bread with one another. And so you're invited to approach one of our servers this morning. There will be a gluten-free option that will be just behind the table here, and 3 other options here in front. You're invited to share this food for the journey. May it feed you and your sense and your seeking for peace and justice. May it be exactly what you need. Food for the journey. Bonnie, you too.
In this moment, now, we affirm that peace is at home in our hearts. We close our eyes. We sense our heartbeat. We notice our breath. We imagine the flicker and light of peace as a flame at our core, in our heart. In this moment now, we notice where peace is stirring. What does peace look like today? Breathe that image into being. Breathe. Breathe.
And may peace stir in us, find its birthing place in our living, encircle us, and then cast light on those close to us, then continue to shine, radiating into the world to where it's needed most. May peace begin here in this moment now, and may peace never cease to shine its light and to blow where the wind blows. Beautiful.